How's it going, guys? Peshcats here, and we're here with Game 3 from 2 weeks late Friday night Weiss Schwarz. And for Game 3, we have Cody on the left playing yellow-green to Lovru against Fate deck, played by Andrew. So he's going to start off with the same level 0 Shiro that we saw in the level 0 game from the previous game. When it comes into play, you mill the top card of your deck, but since it was a climax, that Shiro is going to go to stock. He's going to follow up with a level 0 Ilya. With the Akatsuki effect, he gets to discard a card and look at the top 4 cards of his deck. Triggers a book. That's going to get him back 1 card, considering he lost his Shiro. Cody's immediately going to cancel. So Cody on the left is playing a very standard build of green, yellow to Lovru. Starts by playing the anti-salvage Mikon. And he is not going to use her Mill 3 effect by the looks of it. I think he has a 3-2 Yami, so he would be able to do any resonance abilities. Although he's going to pitch it, pick up the 3-2 Mikon. Interesting. Is he going to play the promo for the Brainstormer, really? And he's going to swing at like 3,500 for 1. And his opponent's going to take it. Andrew clocks. So he's playing some... He looks like he's playing some... also some more weird cards that I haven't seen people play. Although, to be fair, I'm used to Cody's build of Fate UBW, which is purely yellow and... runs very, very like standard build, I guess I would call it. So he plays the level 0 Shiro. This time he does not mill a climax. And he also plays a heroic saber, which he's going to use to attack for 3. That's going to cancel. Going on to Cody. Clocks level 3 Mikon. So it doesn't look like he has any pieces of his level 1 game yet. He doesn't have the 1-0 Mikon. He doesn't have the gold bar. Moves up the level 0 Mikon. So that's only 2,500 power. You know, he has the level 0 Resonance Yami, and he also had the level 3 Yami in his hand, so he could have comboed that on the previous turn. But he doesn't have the level 3 Yami in his hand anymore. So he cannot resonance. Unless he drew another one. It didn't look like he drew another one, though. Oh, he does have another one. Okay. So the level 0 Yami, her ability is when you play another character, you get to look... Wait, what am I talking about? So, or when you play another character, you get a 1k buff until the end of the turn, and if she reverses the opposing character, you can reveal the level 3 Yami in your hand in order to choose one of your other characters, rest it, and move it to the back row. So this can be used to save your other character from like being killed or something like that. But he's going to play the level 0 Yami Searcher. She gets plus 1,500 on play, and lets you pay 1, discard 1 to search your deck for a housework or transformation character. Gonna grab that level 1 climax combo Mikon. And because he played that character, it boosts up the Yami in the center up to what is now 3,500. So she can now get over the Shiro. Or the Saber in this case. Since the Yami gets 1,500 on play, that's also going to become a 3,500. So both of Cody's cards are going to be able to beat both of Andrew's cards. Wait, what? Oh, is that a support in the back row? Okay, my bad. I did not see that. Oh, and he gets the gold bar too. So he's getting set up for the level 1 game. The resonance ability, he's going to be able to put the Yami into rest position and move it to back row. Gets another gold bar. So he got to save one of his characters from dying and simultaneously move it to the back row to preserve it for the following turn. So now he has an extra attacker to use if he needs one next turn. Andrew's going to go to level 1. And back to him. Clocks. Draws 2. So what are we going to see out of Andrew's level 1 game? I'm going to assume that he's also running the level 1 Shiro combo as well as the 1/1 Clock Encore Saber. Those are both really good cards for the level 1 game for Fate deck. So I don't see any reason not to run it. He's going to play another copy of the level 0 Shiro. And he's running Berserker. That's interesting. So he's running a blue and yellow with Berserker. Plays a 1k1. That's an interesting 1k1 play. You're going to use it to swing for 3. And this one's going to swing for 3 as well. And Cody cancels, so he takes 1 damage off the shot trigger. That's going to put him at level 1. Obviously, he's going to want to level something green. Looks like he leveled a Mekon Brainstorm. And he top decks another Mekon 1/0. So now he's got 3 of them in his hand and 2 gold bars. So if he can draw that, oh my god, he drew the Hand Encore, the Hand Encore Yami. Wow, he's got a pretty much perfect setup for his level 1 game. He's got everything he needs, and he's got 2 copies of the 3/2 Yami in his hand. Man, Cody's hand is nuts. Cody's hand is crazy. So each of the Mekons has Climax combo with the gold bar. If it reverses the battle opponent, he gets to search his deck for a transformation or housework character. And those are both very easily going to be able to reverse their battle opponents. So Cody's going to get a couple cards right now. He's going to grab the 2/1 Yami, set him up for a level 2 game. I think that card is a very good way to bridge the gap between Televeru's level 1 game and its level 3 game. It's a very solid attacker with it's basically always going to have 9,000 power. Because it's a 2/1/7k. It gains 2k if all cards on your stage are transformation or housework. And since everything is transformation or housework in the deck, it's going to become a 9k. And using its resonance ability can allow you to draw extra cards. And I did not include that 2/1 Yami in my sample deck list, but if I were to go back and do my sample deck list over, I would definitely include a couple copies of that card. I think it's a very, very good card, like I said, for bridging the gap between Televeru's level 1 game and its level 3 game. Alright, so back to Andrew. He's going to start the turn at what looks like 1/5, and he's going to clock himself to 1/6. Currently, Cody's field has the Yamis are both 6,000 power. One of them has Hand Encore because of the Yami in the back row, and his Searcher in the center is 2,500 power, which is low enough to be basically irrelevant. All right, Andrew's going to bring out the Berserker. 1/2, 9,500 power. If it gets reversed in battle, you must clock the top card of your deck and put the Berserker back into rest position, so it will stay on the field and just be super, super big. Some people like to actually make a build around the Berserker, keep it on the board, and just control one lane of the stage the entire game, which is a strategy that can work. Plays an Ilya. You're going to discard a Climax to get that back in with his refresh since he's about to run out of deck. Taking a look at the top 4 cards of his deck, he's going to grab the 1/1 Shiro. That's the 1,500 counter. And only playing 2 characters this turn. Swings for 2 with the Berserker, and also is going to probably crashes with the Ilya for 1, and that's going to put him into his refresh. I believe he still has a book as the second card down in his stock. So he's going in with, at the most, 7 climaxes. I actually... Wait, no. He paid out the shot trigger with the Berserker. So, yeah. At the most, he has 7 climaxes going back. Currently, Cody's got... he's got, I think, 1 climax left in his deck. I believe he has 5 in his waiting room. He has a gold bar in his hand, and he has a wind in his stock. So I think he has 1 climax remaining in his deck. And might see it soon. So he cannot beat that 1/2 Berserker. It's just too high. Once he hits level 2, he'll be able to kill the Berserker through a combination of the 2/1 Yami, as well as playing a climax and using the 1/1 Yami back rows ability, if he feels like doing that. So he's going to play the Brainstorm. He's not going to use the on-play discard effect. Brainstorms looks like, I think the last card of his deck might be a wind climax, or maybe a gold bar. I'm not sure which one's left. Plays another copy of the Hand Encore Yami. That's going to get that wind climax out of stock. If he plays the 1k1 here, then he can side attack with the Brainstormer for 1. But first he's going to direct for 4. I think he's probably going to decide whether or not to side attack based on the result of this attack going through. And since it does go through, I think it is to Cody's benefit if he side attacks with the level 0 as opposed to front attacking. Because he just dealt 4 in a row. He can afford to side attack for 1 instead of fronting for 2. I'm going to direct for 3. That's going to cancel. I think that would have been a good place to side attack after seeing 4 damage go through. Side attack. Okay, so he can actually just bounce the Berserker. And that's going to be for 2 damage. So he did side attack after all, but the soul reduction already happened. So even though he used the wind trigger to bounce it back to the hand, the soul reduction still stays and it only swings for 2 damage. Cody is currently a full level ahead in damage. Andrew's about to hit level 3. Cody's barely hitting level 2. But it is Andrew's turn to attack. He does not have a climax in his hand though, so it might be a little bit hard for him to catch up unless he triggers some soul triggers right now. Plays a 2/1 Shiro, and I'm actually unfamiliar with that card, so I'm going to try and see if I can find out what that card does. If you have a Saber on your stage, which he does, that Shiro gets a 500 point boost and gains Hand Encore, and it has resonance with Heroic Saber. At the start of your climax phase, you can reveal the Heroic Saber in your hand. If you do, he gets plus 2500 power, and if he reverses the battle opponent, he sends that card to stock, and that's a mandatory send to stock. I wasn't looking at the screen with the video on it though, so I didn't see whether or not he did the resonance. I'm gonna go with no though, since that Mikon is not going to stock. Oh no, he did do it. Okay. Heroic Saber is going to kill the Brainstormer for 1, and the Berserker is going to kill the Hand Encore Mikon for 2. That's going to cancel. I don't even think it's worth it to Hand Encore either of those. Draws for turn. Going to clock the 1/0 Mikon. He doesn't have a gold bar in his hand, so... Okay, so he draws the Wind Climax, so he's all set up for his level 3 game, basically. Plays the level 2 Yami. So that's going to be at 9,500 power. And he has a level 3 Yami. So if he reverses the opponent's character, he can pay 1 stock, reveal the level 3 Yami in his hand in order to draw a card. I'm not sure that's totally necessary right now, though. Plays 2 copies of it. Okay. And maybe also plays the level 1 Mikon? No, plays the level 0. Now he knows his opponent has a 1500 counter in his hand. So I think he's just going to play around that. And instead of going for the Berserker, he's going to go for the Shiro. The Shiro's currently at, I think, Only 7-5. Is that a an assist saber in the back row, or is that a global? Because I'm not familiar with that card. Andrew's gonna go to level 3, 3-2 to be precise, while I look up that level 0 saber. See what it does. Okay, so anyways, Andrew's turn. Cannot seem to find that saber card. Alright, whatever, it's not that important right now. Got himself at 3-3 right now. Cody's still a full level ahead in damage. Gonna play his Musashi Saber. That'll help him catch up in damage, assuming Cody doesn't cancel both instances of damage. Gonna use the Resonance ability, boosting it up to, I think with the climax, if my math is correct, that puts it at 11k. It's going to cancel the Musashi attack. Oh my god, burn for 4. Cody takes it, puts him at 2-6. Berserker attacks for 3 and triggers a book. Cody's going to take that too. That's 7 damage in a row. And Andrew's going to swing for 2 with the Shiro. That's going to cancel, and his Yami's going to go to stock. So this is the scary part of Telovru. Time for the 3-2 Yamis to come out to play. Going to clock draw 2. I think he just drew a third copy of 3-2 Yami. And after the refresh, we're going to see why Telovru is terrifying. And first, Cody's going to take his refresh damage. All right, I don't think he's worried about that. Plays the 3-2 Yami. Come into play, draw 2 cards, discard 1 card. Plays another 3-2 Yami. On play, draw 2, discard 1. Does he have all of the 3-2 Yamis in his hand? No, he doesn't. So I think he has 3 stock left. So what he can do right now is play the Brainstormer if he wants to try to go for the third one. But instead, he's going to go for the 3-2 Mekon for the heal. And now we are going to see the Wind Climax come out, and much burning is going to happen right now. Either that or Andrew's just going to eat it. I think this game might be over on this turn, though. It's very hard to survive against Telovru, the Yamis. When you're at, like, I would say 3-2 or higher, I would say that's almost guaranteed death. Counting the climaxes real quick. Throw down that Wind Climax, and it's time for some Yami shenanigans. Also, he gets to use the back row. No, he doesn't, because it has to be the stock soul or the 1k1. All right, so he's going to use the 3-2 Yami. She gets a cancel burn on herself, and he's going to give the other cancel burn over to the other 3-2 Yami. So this attacks for 4. This could be it right here. 4. That's going to be a cancel. So first off, he deals the burn damage from the Yami. The burn damage from the Yami is supposed to come first because you're supposed to deal the burn when you cancel, and by that point, the Berserker had not been reversed yet. So that's actually a misplay. So that cancel should have gone back in with the deck. And Andrew would be at 3-4, going into 3-5 after the refresh, but I don't think it would have mattered. There's just so many instances of damage coming right now. This Yami has 2 instances of cancel burn, and it's swinging for 4 damage. So that does cancel. 2 burns coming in. And that is going to be it. Cody is going to take the game.